channel, and thank you for tuning in to another video. I thought today that I would make a new kind of video, a new type of, series. I don't really know if I can call it that, but just a couple types of videos of what kind of weapons are the best for a certain week in Destiny, and which ones are the ones to kind of avoid. So the Crimson Days is obviously still going, so let's see what people have to sell. So the Vanguard, or Zavala as you can say, is selling the legendary rocket launcher Wicked Sister. It is adaptive, well-rounded, reliable, and sturdy, which doesn't really say anything about it, so let's take a closer look. So here are the perks. Countermass. The weapon is weighed for vertical recoil and blah blah blah, you know, those really smaller perks that don't really change the gun's playability, but I guess they're just there. Most of these other skills are usually they change the velocity or change reload speed, so they don't really matter that much. Up next we have auto-loading holster, which is basically the holster weapon is automatically reloaded after a short period of time. So basically, it's okay, I guess, for PvE, since you're gonna have a lot more power ammo. But for PvP, usually it doesn't really drop that much, and usually another player gets it, so I don't think it's really that great for PvP, but I think it's a bit better, the skill for PvE. Up next, we have high velocity rounds, which just makes your grenades launch out of the grenade launcher. I guess the velocity is a lot faster than just like how a rocket launcher would be, so I don't really see where this would really be effective. PvP can work if you're trying to get someone, but I don't really care for my velocity of a grenade launcher. And remote detonation is just, you get to hold down your trigger and the grenade will not detonate, and you can choose when to detonate it. So I guess it could work out for trapping people in PvP, but I don't know if I'm pretty sure they can see the grenade, so I don't know if that's really a useful perk. So overall, I think this grenade launcher, the Wicked Sister, is more tuned for PvE because it has more type of perks that don't really match up for PvP, or they won't really work out. So yeah, that's the Wicked Sister, the legendary grenade launcher. Okay, so now moving on to Crucible, let's see what Shaxx has to sell today. So this week, Shaxx has Martyr's Maid, or Marty's Maid, I don't really know how to say it, but I've used this before. It's a pretty okay auto rifle. I actually kind of enjoy using it in PvP, but let's take a better look into it. So most of these first three perks on the gun are just scopes, so they change how your sights work, and yeah, basically just how you see through the sights, so it's just what you like and what you like to see on your gun, I guess. Then we go up to ricochet rounds, which is just, it's ricochet rounds, so the only gun that's useful, I guess, for is hard light, but I just don't really see what's so useful about ricochet rounds. Big crowds of enemies, you have a chance of the bullets ricocheting and hitting him, but I just really don't see the use of it. And accurized rounds, yeah, you just get to fire longer. I guess it's better for auto rifles to fire in range, better range, but it's just another perk that doesn't really add too much to the gun. So high impact reserves is an okay one. It's almost like glass half full, at least I believe so, from Destiny 1, where the last portion of your magazine from your gun would deal bonus damage. So I think this is pretty good for Crucible, a pretty good perk. I don't know how I feel about it for PvE. It can work there, but I think for PvP, it really works out, because let's say you're putting your full magazine into like some beefy dude with a lot of armor on him, and you don't think he's gonna go down. Well, at least you have hope, because your last magazine does bonus damage on this opponent of yours. So yeah, that can work pretty well in Crucible. So overall, Marty's Maid, or Martyr's Maid, however you want to say it, it's a pretty standard Crucible weapon to me, at least. I had a lot of fun using it, and sometimes I still do use it. So it's a pretty standard weapon. I would pick it up if you're looking for a new auto rifle to try out. So yeah. Now let's head over to the EDZ and see what Devrim K is selling this week. So this week, Devrim K is selling the legendary pulse rifle Einstein D. So this gun actually has ricochet rounds, which is interesting for a pulse rifle. But like I just said, ricochet rounds, for me at least, are not really that useful. And yeah. And then there's of course more accurized rounds. For the pulse rifle, it can be fired for longer distances and more range, which is good for a pulse rifle. Every pulse rifle should have really good range. And of course it has a high impact reserves, which is just like the last weapon. So, your last half of your magazine does bonus damage, which is pretty good for a pulse rifle. So, yeah, there's the Einstein D, which is just your average pulse rifle. But I guess if you want a cool looking pulse rifle with some camouflage on it, then I guess you can come by and pick it up from Devrim K. So let's head over to Titan and see what Sloan has to sell. So this week, Sloan is selling the legendary sword, Negative Space. I'm not really going to spend too much time on this with swords, because there's not much to talk about swords in Destiny 2, and I'm actually saving that for another video, talking about swords, comparing them from Destiny 1 to 2. So it's just got your basic perks, you know, the uppercut and the guard. So yeah, that's what she's selling this week. If you want to get a new sword and add it to your sword collection, come pick it up. Now let's go see what Failsafe is selling over at Nessus. So this week, Failsafe is selling the Morning Comes, or Morning Comes, however you want to say it. It is a legendary sniper rifle, which I'm not really the biggest fans of sniper rifles in Destiny 2, but I'm going to read the perks anyway for the people who are. So the first perk on this gun is called Drop Mag. It says magazine drops on reload, wasting ammunition but greatly increasing reload speed. This perk is okay for Crucible if you're looking to get those fast shots. You'd want to reload fast, but other than that, you don't really need to reload that fast on a sniper. You mostly want to pull it out faster than reloading, at least what I think. So, but if you want to reload fast, then this is a pretty good perk for you. And then more ricochet rounds, which this time on a sniper. Am I missing something with ricochet rounds? I just don't see any use of ricochet rounds on a sniper. Unless you're really lucky and you miss and it bounces off the wall and hits someone. I just don't know. And then there's Outlaw, which is kind of weird because then it takes away from the first perk, which is you drop some ammunition, lose some to reload faster. But how come you can't just use Outlaw? Because precision kills greatly decrease reload time. So I'd rather use that and then switch to another thing. But I guess the only thing to switch to is ricochet rounds, which I don't know. But I think this is a better way to reduce your reload speed than dropping ammo. So yeah, that's the Morning Comes sniper. So let's head over to Io, the last planet, and let's see what Ashramir has to sell. So this week, Ashramir is selling the Tarantella, which is one of the better weapons in this week, I guess you could say. It is a legendary fusion rifle, or linear fusion rifle to be exact. And we don't see these very much, and I really like these. They're really precise, and they're pretty well ranged. So the first perk is Particle Repeater. Constrains your recoil for every bull, so it's pretty good if you're looking to just get an easy shot. If you're running a Crucible type of thing for this weapon, you don't have to have much of a recoil, so that's good. And then there's Projection Fuse, which just basically increases the range you have on this weapon, so that's pretty good too, but I'd probably take the other perk over this. And then finally, we come to Snapshot Sights. Faster time to aim down sights. This is pretty good for Crucible mostly, I think. Even though I'm pretty sure not a lot of people use linear fusion rifles, more people use fusion rifles in Crucible. Give it a try. They're pretty good actually, and better times to aim down sights means just better overall gameplay in Crucible, and I don't know if it's going to be really useful for PvE, but Crucible, it'll be really useful. So yeah, that's the Tarantella, and that is all the weapons that all the vendors are selling this week. So I don't think I will be doing a video like this every week, but maybe every other week, you know? So maybe a couple weeks from now, but I think they're pretty interesting to do. I am also planning on making another video of my warlock build and just show you guys and see what you think about it. So thank you for whoever comes by on my videos and watches. I really thank you a lot. And of course, I am planning on doing another lore video. It just sometimes takes some time to get those. So yeah, sorry for the longish video, I guess I can say, but I really hope you enjoyed it. So, I'll see you soon, Guardians. Peace out.